Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 136 of Let's Play. And today we are here with Goobs from the Toon Balloon, and we had her on last podcast and we talked about how she has her own podcast, which you have to check out, and there will be links down below to the Toon Balloon. And we also have Naushin. So you guys can introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Naushin. I am 24 years old. I don't really know what to say about myself. I really love reading webtoons. I mostly love rom-coms. I like anime and K-pop. I have to bring that up everywhere. But anyways, that's about it for me.
And I am Goobs or Gooby. That's usually either one I'm fine with. And yeah, I do have a podcast. It's called the Toon Balloon. And Naushin and I are pretty acquainted. Me and her do a lot of episodes together on there. So you can find a lot of episodes of me and her talk about the Remarried Empress and what was it? The last one was the Demon Slayer episode.
We talked about
So
anyway.
we're pretty rambly. So I'm glad we have Mindy
definitely
here to keep us together.
Yeah, we're kind of all over the place usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode by, I mean, I really like the episode by episode format because it's easy that to do. Okay, so yeah, we're good. Naushin, you can get us started. Well, I guess the first couple of panels are just, I guess I'll just do those quickly. It's just the recollection of Charles and Sam together on the bed where she's like, you know, drunk and crying, and he's just thinking about all that, and it's like, it's so sweet. So yeah, you can take it away, Naushin.
Okay, so basically you just want me to read it straight up. Okay. So I don't know why I'm nervous. Wow, he's still going at it. It's been over 2 hours. I like a man with, I can't read for some reason. I like a man with a great stamina. Duh, who doesn't? I mean, you're not wrong. Did you see the car he drives? He must have money. Do you think he'd be my sugar daddy? Bitch, you wish. Did you see he's wearing a Speedo? I bet he's foreign. Did you notice how big his thighs are? Those thighs could save lives. I like to see his free willy. Haha. That's it, honey. Take it off nice and slow. You're such a creep. Looks like he's finished. Hate to see you go, baby, but love to watch you leave. What do you think a guy like that thinks about?
So yeah, if you want to take a break and discuss this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, what do you guys think about this opener?
It was so funny and so cute to see him like blushing like that, thinking about Sam, and just the audience on the side, they were hilarious.
These are the same girls that were simping for Marshall a while back, right?
Yeah, right. I thought so
I was
too.
wondering if they came up before.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to go back now and check. That's hilarious. So they're just like, they appreciate some eye candy wherever they go, I guess.
Yes. They are the fans.
I can't disagree with them.
Yeah.
I would totally be them in this situation.
Yeah, it's like I try to be conscious of like not over sexualizing people, because I'm like, you know, you gotta appreciate people for their insides and not their outsides. But you know, at this point in my life, I'm honestly a little more honest about like my appreciation of people's physicality than I used to be. Well, the truth is, I remember when I was younger, I was 20, and my friends and I were talking about dating, and we were single then. And I was like, yeah, all men look the same to me. And my friends were like, excuse me? They're like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. They all look like the same, you know? I'm like, I can tell they look different, but like, doesn't make a difference to me. They're like, you're crazy. And over the years, I actually grew into like developing like a taste, and like being like, oh, I think you're handsome, and you're like, okay, you know? And so it's funny, but like, I know when I was younger, I didn't notice, like they just were all like the same. So, but now I'm like much more conscious. So I'm much more like these ladies right now.
I felt that. Definitely.
Yeah, and we're definitely, the fandom is definitely, like you said, they're the fans. Yeah, they're definitely the fans.
We are definitely simping.
Yeah.
Also Charles.
I noticed look at him. Yeah, like I used to think like how all these men stay in shape, and we kind of got an idea with like Marshall and Link, and I was like, well, what does Charles do? It's like, oh, he swims. Okay, makes sense now.
And he fences. I was so happy actually to see this, because even just looking at the panels before where he's in bed and like you see his pajamas are open and you see his like his pecs are like giant, you know, it takes a lot of work to get that. And a lot of webtoons men have these like amazing bodies and you don't ever see them exercise. And it's like, where do you get that from? And I think it's so important to show like you need to work to get that. Like you have to actually do something.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I think I really like this webtoon because of the fact it just feels a little bit more realistic, especially with their like physical bodies. They actually show us this, whereas in other webtoons they don't. And I'm like, okay, I'm very confused. Can I be like that too? I'm not doing anything either. Yeah. But thank you for showing me that you have to put in hard work. Okay, so.
And the Speedos also, as soon as I saw the Speedos, I was like, yeah, dude, you're not American. And like, yeah, they said the same thing definitely. Too. I was in France and like, I went to a pool in France and not only did I see many Speedos there, I also, the bathrooms were like right next to each other and they were like wide open. There was like a girl's bathroom and a boy's bathroom, but there was no door. And like, there was this guy who was like sitting at a urinal with his Speedo and it was like, he was like in front of everyone. And I was like, okay, I know this is France, but I'm just gonna like look away, you know, like.
I did not need to see that.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm like, you're barely wearing anything as it is. Like, if you're gonna take off that one tiny little piece of thing, like, I'm going away.
I think I've only seen like one person wear a Speedo in my life, and it was more like, they're always older men. It's never like anyone of our age.
That's so true. I don't think I've actually ever seen anyone wear a Speedo when like I went to the pool and stuff. I'm actually blessed. I'm glad I didn't see anyone wearing a Speedo.
Yeah,
I mean,
I will say,
wants to walk in front of me, you know, that's fine. That's a different story.
I'm a little uncomfortable with the Speedos. I agree. I would rather call me a prude. I like those shorts better than the Speedos. Speedos show a little too much. I'm like, I'm not your wife. I don't have to see that, you know?
Yeah.
Little too much for my liking.
But these ladies are happy seeing Charles Speedos, so okay.
Yeah, they're fully appreciative.
Gotta appreciate beauty.
Yeah, I do like the openness about sexuality here. You know, they're like, I like a man with great stamina. You know, it is like at a certain age, like you do make these kind of jokes. Like I joke like this with my friends, and I do appreciate that like adult perspective. You know, where it's like pretty open about sexuality, and we'll see actually through the rest of the episode, it is very realistic.
Okay, so I just continue, I guess. So Charles is just in thought, grumble. Oh, and he falls in. Oh, looks like he still needs to cool off. Falls. And he's in the car.
That grumble, that little, how he went from like sexy Charles to like cutie patootie Charles. Oh my gosh.
I loved that so much. It was so funny. I was literally rolling when I read the chapter. I was like, this, I love how it just switches from like cute TV to like more like sexy Charles or whatever. Like, I just love that. It's so cute.
Yes, the little chibi is so drawn right now. It's so cute, honestly. It's
I
don't think I see chibi Charles that often. It's usually
we don't really see chibi
nice
Charles.
change.
Yeah, I think we do when he's with Sam. Like sometimes when she's like being all blushy and stuff and shy. I think sometimes we see him just like okay, but I've never really seen Charles like blushing and shy and nervous like we see in this chapter, and I really like seeing that side of him.
100%.
So cute.
Yeah, it makes him more vulnerable. Like seeing him like this, it makes him more childlike, more human, less frosty, which is, you know, a big theme with him. And it's good to see him frustrated.
Yeah,
and
it definitely makes him feel more real to me.
And he's really stoic
I
most
think
of the time.
Interrupted you.
And he always keeps it, you know, he keeps it to himself a lot. And so it's nice to see that little bit of expression come out of him. Because, I mean, I like seeing this side of him. So funny.
Yeah.
Yep. And clearly, he's been exercising for 2 hours because he is thinking about Sam and doesn't want to be. And after he comes out, he just has to go right back in because he is not done. She's just on his mind. Poor dude. He's trying to swim himself away from her, and it's not helping.
Hey, Mandy, can you pause this real quick? My kids are gonna, let's do this. Okay, so he already did the flailing into the pool, right? So he
Yep.
is leaving the place now in his car, doing a bit of a fidgeting habit with his thumb. He's chewing excessively, and then he is reminiscing all of the spicy scenes he's had with Sam, like, you could touch me anywhere and you chose my face. And he just keeps going on in his thoughts. That woman, she's different. And then more flashbacks. I wanted to hold your face for a while, especially when you seem unhappy. I don't see you smile very much, and I often worry you might not be happy. And then he goes on, she's innocent and honest and genuine in everything she says. Even when she tries to lie, she only does it to protect the feelings of whoever she is speaking to. And I don't know if you want to dive into that.
I love it. I think that it's great that he's able to recognize that, because sometimes when you don't have a trait yourself, you don't recognize it in someone else. And I think that it's wonderful that he appreciates, honestly, what I think is the best part of Sam, you know, the moral part of her, the good part of her. So it's wonderful that he sees that and he can enunciate it.
Yes. He's just smitten at this point.
Yeah, he really is. But like in that scene where he's like thinking about Sam, I'm just like thinking Sam has really grown from like the beginning when we first saw her to like that moment. She's really, I feel like she's finding herself, and I love that for her. She's gaining more confidence, and I feel like he's actually falling in love with her confidence, I guess. I don't know if it's falling in love, but like attracted to the confidence, and I love that for them. That's so cute.
I think it's I noticed too with that little bit of like he's chewing on his thumb. I don't know if that's rubbing off on him too, because she does that a lot.
Oh my God,
I didn't think about that. That's actually true. I feel like we've seen a lot of different sides to him in this like chapter, like his nervous side, his cute blushing side, shy side, and I'm loving this. It makes him feel so much more real and human, and like he's just like any other person. Like he's not just this cold, like perfect man that he the vibe that he gives off, I guess.
Yeah, I was super happy to see, like, I was like, well, we got a whole chapter of Charles, because I guess he's my favorite character, I would have to admit. So it was just a real treat for me.
Yeah, he feels more human to me, I feel
Yeah.
like. I mean, it's not like he wasn't already pretty human. He has his emotions and everything, but it's cool to see this whole chapter just dives into every side that I feel like we don't touch on with them a lot. Everyone else kind of is really expressive about their emotions, and he's here just trying to maintain himself.
Yeah, I feel like usually like we don't really see him expressing it. He just bottles it up inside, and it's nice to see it like slowly coming out. It's coming undone, and yeah, it's just nice. I feel like I've said that so many times.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the chapter, we'll have like the really clear symbol expressing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you want to continue?
Yeah.
All right. So we have another flashback of Sam, and she goes, I don't even know if I'd want a relationship either. I've never planned on getting married or even dating, not to mention that my dad would probably freak if I had a boyfriend. But the thing I do know is that I want you. And Charles thinks, I don't think she has a bad bone in her body. It is easy to see why the people in her life feel the need to protect her. And that's so cute.
That is the cutest thing.
Yeah, gosh, I'm trying to think, like, do you know anyone who doesn't have a bad bone in their body? That's like a very high compliment. I'm trying to think of someone.
That is a very good compliment. I don't think anyone is that perfect to like not have a single bad bone in their body. I'm not saying they're necessarily a bad person, but we do have like bad thoughts or negative thoughts to some degree. Like I wouldn't say that I have no bad bone in my body. So.
Like intrusive thoughts. I don't see that with Sam really, but
yeah, we really don't. I feel like the only bad thing is like she doesn't have the confidence in herself, and she doesn't see that she's actually like amazing and talented. But that's not necessarily bad.
It's a flaw, but not like a
it's a flaw. It's not really bad. She's not hurting anyone with that. She's only hurting herself at that point. She's so like caring towards other people that she doesn't, I feel like she just doesn't know how to do that for herself yet, and that's what Charles is really doing for her.
Very well said. Oh yeah, he's really concerned over that. And I think that a big thing for him is that he doesn't want to hurt her, and he worries that he will. And, you know, for all his frostiness, I think Charles is also a very good person, and he understands that she can become hurt with him. He doesn't want it to happen.
Especially like if he's not seeking a relationship and she ends up wanting that, I feel like that will be a misunderstanding or a problem between them. But I don't know. I hope things will work out.
I think this recollection of thoughts does kind of bring up something in my head, is that with him thinking so highly of her, he probably doesn't feel like he's going to be adequate enough for her, I think, because, you know, he's been hurt in the past with his ex-wife, and he's probably worried, I'm not gonna be able to commit again. And for someone like Sam, even though she says she doesn't want a relationship, I'm sure she's gonna want some sort of commitment from him. And I mean, we don't know that yet, though. So.
Yeah, like that kind of makes me think, I think it was a few chapters back, I don't remember exactly what chapter, but where she was, I think, on a bus, and there was an old man, and she was talking to the older man and about Charles, basically, and she's like, he was asking her, oh, what's wrong? He had a wife, and she was like all shocked about it, and he's like, why does it matter? So I feel like that scene kind of made me think that she is getting attached, and she will soon probably realize that she does want more, and not just like lust or just physically be with him. Like she actually wants like a relationship. I feel like she just doesn't know that's what she wants, but that conversation kind of makes me think that she probably would, maybe in the future.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, the fact that she says, oh, I don't know if I run a relationship, I never planned on it, whatever. And yeah, that's definitely true, but because she's so inexperienced, she doesn't even know what she wants yet. So like, it would make sense that Charles would be wary. Like if she was already older and she's like, yeah, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't want anything, I just want flings, you know, then you can trust her. But since she's just so inexperienced, she doesn't really know yet what she is going to end up wanting. So I can definitely understand Charles' hesitation. And honestly, like given the way she's acting to him, she is clearly acting concerned for his emotions. Like she's not just there for the physical experience. So it's already pretty apparent that like she cares about him, which would be a red flag for Charles. I mean, it's not a red flag in general, but like for someone like him with what he wants.
Yeah, definitely. Problems.
Yeah. Here, I will continue, see if we can get more. I probably would have been too embarrassed to say any of this a month ago, but I've learned so much from you in the past weeks. So would you be willing to teach me a bit more? And Charles thinks ahead, I need to be careful. People like her can get attached easily, and I may need to remind her of the rules from time to time. And there we go.
Yeah, I find it hilarious. He's like, oh, she may get attached easily. It's like, yeah, dude, maybe you're getting attached easily, you know?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I thought it was so funny. He's really so nervous about her getting attached that I feel like he doesn't even realize his own feelings of like literally being smitten by her. He's always thinking about her like, man, you were just in the pool swimming for like 2 hours because of her. You're telling me you're not getting attached? Okay. Okay.
I think people can sometimes be blind to their own, he's probably willfully blind. He probably doesn't want to recognize it, you know, because that would lead to a whole bunch of other things that would have to process, and he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, I feel like he's still probably traumatized from like his first marriage, like falling apart. I don't think we got like a lot of background on it, but I feel like he's still so traumatized over it. He doesn't want to get attached maybe, and he's denying all feelings of maybe already having feelings and getting attached, and he doesn't want to see it. So he's just like, okay, it's only her, it's not me, you gotta stop it. And I feel like he's more trying to convince himself than actually her, because if it was her, then why haven't you said anything? Why are you going along with it?
Now we are at his house, which is very much like what I expected. Like we're getting to see more of it. It's modern, it's fancy. Like he's on an Eames chair, which is expensive and high class. Like of course he's only got like the best. Like he probably has like designer everything. I thought it was hilarious. I like it. I
I just
mean,
don't do
I'm very
that.
into like, I like decor. I like people who are clean and neat. So it's just funny. Like I enjoy that. But
Very
so
modern.
he's watching some sports game
Yeah.
and he's clearly not really paying attention. He's typing into his laptop and he's typing boob tube. And he types in brunette, cute, dark eyes, amateur. Right. So and then he starts watching porn and he hears like, yeah, lewd noises on. You like that? And he's just like bored. And he slams it shut and he's like, it all sounds and looks fake. Just a performance. None of it interests me if it isn't sincere. Otherwise, they're just pretending. So I love the segment because thank you for like being honest that people watch porn. And also, I totally related to this because that's exactly how I feel about porn because I'm like, it's not interesting. Like, it's just like not real. And it's just so dumb and fake. So I agree. I mean, that's my personal experience with porn. I don't find it interesting at all. So I'm with you, Charles. And it's just like, so anyway, I really enjoyed seeing that.
I like that. It's such an honest portrayal of porn because it's not, this is the first time 𝗏𝗲, not the first time, the second time 𝗏𝗲 has shown someone watching porn, like Sam has. So that's a cute little parallel between the two of them, but he's here using it to, you know, get his thoughts off of her. He's like, if I just see it, maybe it won't bother me so much.
But at the same time, he searches up someone like her.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, so you're not attached?
Yes.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. Did he even recognize that he basically just typed in Sam? Like, or is he really
like, right? Like, man, what are you doing? Spending all your time swimming away your frustrations only to come home, still think about her, and literally look up someone that looks like her. Okay. Tell me you're not attached.
Short hair, brunette, you know, or whatever.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Office Triced, you know.
Yes.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, but if he had been more specific in the filter. Oh my goodness.
That was so funny.
I love seeing how unamused he was of it though. He's just here like,
yeah, he just
this isn't it. It's
like,
not what I need.
this is embarrassing. I'm getting embarrassed from watching this. Okay. But like also like the part he like shuts the laptop. We never actually saw him like close out or anything. What if Sam's back and yeah, you know? Yeah. Embarrassing moment. He gets caught and then she's gonna see that, you know, he's looking up something like her and it's like, okay, wait, that's kind of sus, my friend. What are you doing?
Love that idea. I think that would be so cute. I would love to see that.
That would be so cute and funny at the same time. I would just die.
I love that so much.
That could definitely lead to some sexy times between them, which would be nice.
True.
Yeah,
very
I kept
true.
Expecting him to like just call her up, like
that's what I also thought
Me
that.
Too.
Just
I was
something like
waiting
that.
for it the whole chapter, and it didn't happen. I was like, oh.
Well, there's still a chance. There's always next chapter. But yeah, so he's clearly very frustrated. He leans back and he sighs and he furrows his eyes and he imagines, he has this like vision and he feels Sam touching him and he's like, Charles. And you see her wearing, this is the dress that her mom bought her, right? Is that the one I'm remembering correctly?
I think so, yeah.
And she tells him, you don't seem very happy. And Charles is leaning back. I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you, one of the things I thought when I saw Charles sitting there, like putting on porn, I was like, you're dressed very formally. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I was feeling sexy, I would not be like wearing all my clothing. But that was just my thought. Like, I wouldn't be wearing like my full shirt and pants. Like, it just like he's so formal, even in his own house, you know?
I'm trying to see if he has any like of the standard stuff you'd see, like tissues or
right?
All I see is
t-shirt at least.
Think about all that.
He probably even still has a belt on. Like, I don't know. That's not very relaxed.
Let me try to zoom in.
Right? now we're the pervs looking at him like those girls.
Oh God, let me stop.
He's wearing a belt. Yeah, he's still, and his shirt is tucked in. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, he does.
Cannot let loose.
He has a whole nother shirt underneath that, like button up, wearing shoes. He's just not comfortable to me.
Wait, is he wearing shoes in the home?
No, he's not wearing shoes. I checked. But
oh, is he not? Okay, no, he's not.
It looks like socks.
Okay.
The things I'm investigating.
No, he for real's wearing a belt watch. He's just like all dressed up like he has a meeting or something.
Yeah, man. But anyways, so Sam leans over him. She tells him, "You don't seem very happy." And obviously that's an expression. She's not actually there, right? So it's expressing what he really feels, right? And he recognizes that she is somebody who sees his unhappiness. You know, he probably denies that he's unhappy because, well, probably because it would be too much to hope for. Like his heart has been broken and he doesn't expect to be happy again, right? Because when you've been through a lot of pain, you, for a while afterwards, you just think that's going to be your life forever. And you don't think about a future where things will be better. You just think it's always going to be this way. But he recognizes that Sam sees that unhappiness in him, and she's given him she's given it a word, she's given it a name. So to feel understood, that, and to feel seen, I mean, that's something that's super important. And that's why she's different than the other people. She actually sees him. And this is what, you know, his vision of Sam right now, what's the most important thing that he remembers about her? It's not how sexy she is or how cute or how shy she is. It's that she understands him.
That's very true.
So sneaking cute though. It's just
it definitely is.
She hits him on like an emotional level. I think that's like a nice thing for him instead of physically.
He's like
longing
in
for her.
True. Because in the past we've only seen him like with flings, right? So yeah, he that's probably, like you mentioned, that's probably why he thinks she's so different, because she honestly is. She sees him for him and not only simping over him because he's cute or attractive or rich or whatever. And this perfect image of him, she sees past the thighs. She sees past this like mask of his and sees that he's not as happy or whatever as he portrays that he is. He's also an imperfect human being. Like, yeah, wow. Okay, what kind of deep, but anyways.
Oh, and then we have the most poignant scene where he, you know, you see him smile and he's like, he looks so happy. Like he's like bunty eye, like he looks content, and he lifts up his hand, but then he opens his eyes wide and he's like, shoot, like he sees that, you know, it's empty and there's no one there. And he just looks so sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
My poor baby.
I just, I don't know.
I don't know. It just makes me feel so sad for him. My heart breaks.
I know.
And he
I was like, you just call
that.
her.
Yeah, I was just waiting to call her. Please just call her. Call your bunty. We want you to call your bunty, bro.
Yes. Cool. We need a petition. Oh, I know. And then he goes to his counter and he puts the cup down, and then he looks down because there are two cups. Like just everything reminds him of her. Everything reminds him of how alone he is, honestly. You know, he has this giant apartment. It's nice, it's beautiful, but he's the only one in it. And it must be very lonely. And you know, it's funny because I've been away from my husband for 7 weeks now. So I'm like so excited to finally see him again. And you know, it's funny because I haven't been, it was like this time in like 2 weeks ago or whatever, where I was like feeling super lonely. I was like, you know, like, I don't know, I was like really, really sad, let's just say. And I realized that I hadn't felt lonely like that since before I met my husband. And ever since then, like we've been together all the time. Like I've never been away from him for so long. And I was like, wow, like I forgot what it felt like to be so lonely, like to be alone. Like once I found him, I felt like I felt like full, complete, you know, like I had a home, and it was just this amazing feeling. And I'm like seeing Charles here feeling all alone just reminded me of like what it was like before I I met my husband. And like it's super lonely. It's hard.
Can't relate.
Oh, one day, amen.
One day.
I think when my husband was because he used to work night shifts all the time. It's something that I still have an issue now, is like he doesn't do it anymore, but I couldn't sleep at night because he wasn't with me in the bed, and I was just like, I can't go to sleep. So I would be staying up till like who knows how long till he got home, and then eventually I got used to it, but it wasn't great at first. And I can understand him being restless and just feeling a little alone because he doesn't have anyone to be like companion with him, and especially when he's finally growing like a real connection with somebody. And it's been a while since I guess he's had that, and I feel bad.
Yeah, the closest thing I can say to this is like my mom and my dad, they have literally been married for this month is gonna be 27 years. But a few years back, my dad, he was working away from home, so he was like gone for like a year to 2 years. So like he would come home on weekends to visit, but my mom literally could not sleep in their room on their bed. Just like she felt so alone, so she would like either sleep with me in my room or my brother, or just like crash on the couch. I'm like, why? And she's like, it just doesn't feel right, you know? It's like lonely, and we've never been apart from each other after we got married. I'm like, oh wow, that's yeah. So I feel like she could probably relate to like that moment of feeling this loneliness. So I've seen it firsthand, I guess, but never experienced it. So I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I feel the lonely yet.
Oh, yeah. So he frowns and then he thinks to himself, he's like, I just need to get laid. That's all there is to it. Yeah, dude. Keep telling yourself that. You know, if that's what you've been doing until now, like that's what you think is gonna, fix you. But you've gotten the taste of the good stuff, the relationship stuff, and there's no going back from here.
No.
So
And he thinks to himself, it's been a long time. He goes up to his bedroom. I shouldn't have sent Diana away the other night. Calling her now is out of the question, if it's ever an option again. Who else would I call? And he just gave up, and he's just in bed. And he thinks to himself, he's lying up there, he's sweating, he's clearly ruminating. Oh, that's so funny. Ruminating. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's a good word. And he's recollecting when she was drunk and with him in bed. And he hears her voice saying, Charles, I'm cold. And he's like, I'll get you some pajamas. And it's nice that we get a lot more of what happened that night, which we didn't see before. And we see him reminiscing. She's like, no, I want your shirt. And he's like, behave, Bunty. And she's like, please. So cute. He's like, why do you want my shirt? And she's like, because it smells like you. And he says, but if I give you my shirt, won't I get cold? And she's like, no, you won't. And she thumps her head against his chest. She's like, I'll keep you warm. Oh,
so cute.
I love drunk Sam. Please, Sam, like, I know I don't want you to have to be drunk to do this, but I love that you're so sweet and open.
Yeah.
And just, like, everything Charles needs and that you really want to do, but you just don't have the courage to do without alcohol.
Being drunk. I personally cannot wait until she gains this level of confidence without the help of alcohol, and she can just be her true, honest self and just be comfortable in her own skin. I'm just so excited to see that growth for her and for him, hopefully.
Yes, I love that playful personality. I would really enjoy some more of these cute scenes with them. I don't know, there's gonna be more scenes coming from that night, because I feel like we always get new ones resurfacing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? How long was this night?
That's funny.
But yeah, I'm glad like there's more like from his POV, because we only saw from like Sam and like third person, and I was like low-key getting secondhand like embarrassment from that. I was like, bro, what are you doing? But it's nice to see his perspective and how he actually felt towards her in that moment. Like he was flustered and he was cute and shy, and I really liked seeing his POV on this.
And she's like, Charles, and he says, is this a dream? He's like, no, Bunty, this isn't a dream. And she's like, good. And it's just, we see her nestled against his chest, which is so romantic. I mean, like beyond. And he sighs, and we see the chains behind him. And now we have him back in the present in bed. And he's like, I hope she doesn't become too attached. And we see the chains again. And once again, I was like, no, dude, you hope you're not becoming too attached. Like, it's not her you need to worry about. And then we see the heart, which last time we saw his hearts, they were frozen. And now like the last bit of ice is dripping away from his hearts. And it's holding onto it drips onto the chains that he's holding, right, to restrain himself. And it's wet and he slips. Like his melting heart is causing his control to slip. And that's, yes, we want to see that.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited for more.
I was not expecting the hearts to just melt that quickly.
Like,
just
that
thaw.
quickly.
Like she just thawed that heart, and
I'm happy to see it though.
Yes, because we got a depiction of the manifestation of that control that we got to see a couple of chapters back. several times I think it's like the representation of like Charles.
Mhm.
He's like trying to control myself. I'm not gonna lose it. And to see it just it's slipping. And I always wonder why like chains in particular, what it is that he is could be. Because you know how like people get their heartstrings tugged. Is that kind of like
Mhm.
similar to it?
I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know, actually.
I think chains are always associated
Is
with
it?
imprisonment and,
Mhm.
you know, negative things. So I think that, you know, Charles has imprisoned his heart and is a prisoner to like the trauma that happened, and, you know, it's holding him back. So I think that, you know, it's just showing how in like what a negative species in right now.
Mhm.
Mhm. That would make sense because we've seen these chains over this whole webtoon with like other emotions, and they've usually been like kind of negative type emotions ish. So it would make sense that chains and imprisonment, yeah, it works.
Mhm.
But this man is in denial. He is so denying his feelings right now.
Mhm.
I hope she doesn't get attached. Yeah. You're saying that as you think about her the whole day, the whole night. Okay.
Yep.
Your hearts are melting, my man. You're getting attached.
Oh, she literally makes his heart melt. That's so cute.
Yeah, that's so cute. I don't think
Yeah,
he
I love-
expected to feel these feels like so quickly. So I feel like he's just in denial right now. And he's trying to deny it by shoving what he feels kind of onto Sam, per se, like making it seem like it's her attachment, her cleanness. But it's honestly just, he's also feeling the same things and he doesn't know how to deal with it.
100%. Yeah, very true. He's projecting. So, do you think he'll call her next episode? What do you think's gonna happen?
I
Or he'll just go to
I
bed frustrated.
really hope that he
calls
calls her. That would be the cutest thing, but I don't know. I think Sam might call him, to be honest. I kind of hope there might be a little boost of confidence in her, because in the last chapter, I think he was telling her like, next time, how about you initiate something? So I'm really hoping to see that it's her calling him and asking, to spend time together or something like that. So yeah.
What was she doing in the last chapter again? She was she just got home and everything.
Yeah.
So
She was on the couch, and then Marshall was in the balcony.
yeah,
and
okay.
saw her, and then she like was
Someone's
hiding.
gonna call one of them's gonna happen. It
Someone's
needs to
gonna
happen.
call someone. Yeah. But honestly, I really hope it's Sam, because I want to see her confidence. Like, she's been getting more confident, and I want to see her take a step towards him. And I feel like he kind of has like, obviously, his control and like denial. He's trying to stay away from her. So I feel like he might not take the first step this time, especially after saying it in the last chapter that, you should take a step towards this. So I don't know. I hope there's a switch up, and I hope it's Sam. And I feel like that would make Charles very happy if she did it out of her own,
Mhm.
So that would be super, super cute. I feel like it'd be also kind of awkward for them, but like cute nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna call tonight, because I feel like she's had a very overwhelming day, and like I think that it would just be too early for her to call. But
True.
I definitely think that there's gonna be some more interaction between them over the next coming days.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how he's gonna interact with her now, since he is officially catching feelings. And do you think he's gonna be nervous around her, or is he gonna like try to smooth talk around her and then like stutter or something? That'd be so cute, because he's always
That
really
would be
collected.
I want to see him stutter. Oh my god. I did not know I needed that until right now. That would
Yeah,
be
he's
so
still her boss. It'll be a very strange interaction between them.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "What's
also
wrong
very
with
true.
you?"
And then imagine when her dad gets back and he's just like all flustered and awkward around her. That will be really a sight to see. That would be funny. Just
He's got like a
hilarious.
sixth sense whenever someone's like,
Yeah.
around her daughter. He's probably gonna be like, "Oh no."
something's happening. Wait, didn't that happen like a few chapters back when Sam was like with Charles? That was so funny.
Yeah. I am not looking forward to Mr. Young's interference. I'm like, leave them alone. Do not bother them. Don't block that ship. Like, let it sail.
Please let the ship sail. We are here for it. But I'm also like super nervous because before Sam gets drunk, Charles gets a call for this job offer. So what if, like, to protect her and himself to some degree, and what if he takes a job and he leaves and he just helps her grow and then he just leaves, denying all feelings and not wanting the attachment to be there. So I'm like nervous that something like that might happen too. So
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And I think that the story is like setting up for that.
For his,
he's setting himself up for self-sabotage. Yeah.
Man, why we got it? It hurts.
We just got that chapter last week with Marshall and setting up a little romantic encounter between them. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to do Charles leaving and Sam and Marshall getting closer.
It's rough because I like that the way he's falling for her. It's just all like, it's not surface. It's all like all within. And I'm like, I don't want this to die. Honestly, just this episode itself, I think when I was like feeling a little indifferent with everyone still, because I was like, I don't know who to ship yet. And I was like, I want this one. This one's nice. I like his feelings for her. It's just so genuine. And I like that he's melting for her. And it's like a second chance for him at love. That's and he's deserving of it because he works so hard for her. It's like,
so sad. It was so cute, but so sad. I feel like they're honestly just helping each other. To be honest, like he's gonna help Sam gain confidence and be comfortable in her skin. She is opening his heart, melting his heart, and help him acknowledge feelings and emotions and not be like a robot, basically. And then they're just gonna kill the ship. He's gonna leave, and then basically they're building each other up for someone else. So, and the same thing with Marshall. I feel like he's also out of the relationship. So I feel like they might bond in like a more friendship way first, and then probably, I mean, most likely be the end couple or But at least she'll be like, you know, comfortable in her own skin. I love Charles so much. He's like my favorite right now.
I'm definitely hoping for Charles' ending, but I know the ending is supposed to be unusual, so who knows what it'll be.
True.
I can't even imagine what kind of ending she's got in mind for us, but
right.
I'm thinking a choose your own adventure kind of ending. That's my theory.
Yeah.
So
wait, that'd be kind of cool, especially with it'll tie in with Sam's game. Like it can go either way. Because when Charles played it, it's different. When Marshall played it, it was a different ending. So what if we get an ending like this too? Pick your own ending. Oh my god.
And I think that I think it's accurate of life. Like life can go either way, you know? Like my husband always says, when I met my husband, my parents were opposed to my marriage originally. And my mother's like, oh, you're just marrying the first person who said yes. And my husband's like, yeah, most people marry the first person who says yes. Like if you ask them and they say yes, you marry them, you know? And I always think, you know, we're like, my husband and I were like, we don't go for this like whole soulmate theory. We're like, yeah, if we would have met someone else that was compatible before we met each other, we would have married them and would have been happy, you know, like it just, we're like, it couldn't go either way. It depends on your life. So I'm a big believer it could go either way with these two.
I would be so interested in like if she gave us alternative like endings instead of like you pick and you just is open-ended. She actually like lays out different endings with all the potential ships that Sam has.
That would be pretty cool. I think that was the same case with Sam's game too, like, right? Because we did get two alternate endings. So what if we do get two alternate endings? I feel like that would be really cool. It would have
alternate endings. There was a webtoon with two. Did I hear correctly?
I was saying Ruminate,
Oh, Ruminate. Okay, yes.
In Sam's game, how like there were two different endings, and that'd be really cool to see.
It would be really reminiscent to like visual novels, like you know how like manga and stuff, there's some visual novels online that you will find they'll have alternative endings, so everyone gets like a ship an opportunity to shine. And I think that would be really neat. It'd be interesting.
That would be really pretty cool.
But I think I'm setting myself up for nothing.
Right?
Like, this would be cool.
We can't be hurting ourselves.
find out. I'm sure it'll be nice, whatever it is. I hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna love it either way. But you know, Charles, my heart will be freaking breaking for Charles right now because he doesn't feel like he deserves Sam. I feel like. Let me cry.
I don't think he feels he deserves love, period. Yeah, he probably feel pretty broken after that rejection, you know?
I think he needs some therapy.
That sucks.
Like some counseling.
Oh, that's sad. I really hope he doesn't end up calling one of his random flings, because I feel like if he does, it just won't end the way he thinks it will, because he did mention he just needs to get laid. I feel like if he calls someone, he just won't be able to go through with it, or if he does, he won't get the satisfaction because it's not Sam. Let me cry.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. This was great.
Yeah.
It was a great analysis, and Naushin, it was wonderful to meet you. And thank you so much for coming. It was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Same
I
here.
was super nervous, but this was really awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was a fantastic episode, and it was a lot of fun talking about it with you girls, women. Sorry.
All of them.
Well, thanks so much, and thanks for being understanding about the timing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's no problem.
This is a very
life
fun
happened.
episode. We just went all out on our spontaneousness.
Yep.
You know, I think that's what made it fun. So thank you for having us.
My pleasure. Well, thanks so much. Have a great night.
Yep.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.